I totally would have missed this album, and I am so glad that I took a chance. This album was full of a ton of feels, killer riffing, and emotional honesty. Roll that intro. What's happening, guys? Welcome to Metal Forge Reviews, the place where you can get the most and the best out of your metal releases. Today, we're going to talk about the latest emotionally heavy roller coaster that is Devil Sold His Soul's latest album, Loss, where they mixed vibes from post-hardcore, post-rock, metalcore, and made something very unique. If you like metal reviews like these, hit that like and subscribe button so you never miss a video. Really helps out the channel, and we get to support bands like these more in the future. Two vocalists, guitars doused in thick delay and reverb. Let's get into why Devil Sold His Soul killed it with this emotionally introspective and epic album. I'll be the first to admit, I don't enjoy metalcore most of the time, unless it's that flavor of New England metalcore from the early 2000s. I personally feel the genre has overall become very stale and could use some new blood in the water to give the scene some much needed uniqueness. Devil Sold His Soul were a complete breath of fresh air for me. The London-based metalcore outfit takes the best pages from the ambient post-rock book and adds that to their devastating songwriting and riffing. After a long hiatus due to some intense personal issues in the band, dealing with loss, grief, and sadness, Devil Sold His Soul are back with their fourth full-length, Loss, revisiting that familiar sound of that massive wall of guitars and intense vocals mixed with moments of introspective paradise and serenity. The band has shared that writing Loss was inspired and emotionally driven by the death of friends and family members, while most importantly exploring the sounds with the return of the vocalist Ed Gibbs. This album feels like a step forward for the band into the throes of, "Fuck man, we love writing this kind of stuff and just getting after it." Tons of respect. It shows that the band was definitely ready to wrangle some demons and get the poison out. If you're looking for straight up metalcore here with a ton of energy, Lost will not deliver that. But there are plenty of bands in the metalcore genre that do. Devil Sold His Soul do a lot more, borrowing sounds from post-hardcore and screamo bands like Seosin or Chiodos, as well as lush and grandiose reverb and delay sounds of post-metal bands like Isis or Russian Circles. This album isn't afraid to experiment with the emotional side or the violent, aggressive side, and that's part of what I loved about Loss. The band knows how to build up textural emotion, with ambient guitar passages and fantastic quiet, clean sections that eventually pay off into massive explosions of anger and brutality. The mix of vocal styles between returning vocalist Ed Gibbs and Paul Green is truly a match made in heaven here. Some people may scoff or dislike the nasally, emo-influenced sound of Gibbs' voice. I found the vocals to be immensely powerful alongside the musical landscape created by the band, as well as the soothing, somber, and smooth vocal style of Paul. The building orchestrations and massive wall of sound created by the guitars, grinding bass tone, and massive thudding drums give off a wonderfully emotional and devastating vibe throughout the runtime of Loss. I love the somber atmosphere. Everything was nailed here. 4 out of 5 for atmosphere and vibe. Devil Sold His Soul know their audience well. Fans of post-rock, ambient, sludge, and post-hardcore can all find something to love here. You have the pop-driven hooks of bands like Chiodos with the long, drawn-out, slow builds of post-rock bands, and the match has some of the most amazing payoffs I've heard in albums this year. Mix that with the surprising territory of going for blast beats and post-hardcore vocals, you have something truly unique here. The play with the balance of the lush, atmospheric tones from the post-rock sections with the thick, punishing and brutal riffing sections is definitely no easy feat to accomplish and keep someone engaged. When writing a song, it's always a good idea to construct that wow moment and be very deliberate with building to it. Loss has these moments in spades all over the record. This album is definitely cohesive, showing exploration of devastation, fear, rage, introspection, and contemplation. The band needed to get these emotions out, and the songs feel very well paced in their journey throughout Devil Sold His Soul's realm of crushing ambience. The only ding that I would give here is that the band could have taken more risks with the riffing during the intense sections. More blast beats, please. But everything was really well performed and very solid. 4 out of 5. Emotionally, Loss is an intense listen. The lyrics are very human and explore things we all go through when grieving someone you love. In that regard, Loss is very accessible for fans of the genre. Don't get me wrong, I love sad music. In fact, it's just about all I listen to. I wanted to be upfront that those sad boy vibes are absolutely what you're going to get with Devil Sold His Soul. Not a bad thing. Most post-rock oddly toys with that line of why do I exist? What's the point? With more positive vibes like yes, I absolutely matter and I miss my friends. The album artwork is a wonderfully gorgeous landscape focused on an angelic and vastly gray and beautiful skyline with weeping waterfalls in the background. Most post-rock bands use album art akin to this style. It definitely hits home with the sound of the band. Nothing groundbreaking here, but definitely well suited to the music. 3.5 out of 5. I love the mixing on this album. You've got all of the ear candy for the stereo field, from lush ambient reverbs and delays to massive wall of guitar distortion and slamming grindy bass tones. The drums are real nice and loud with an organic sound to them, and that was a welcome surprise alongside other metalcore bands in the genre that don't sound like they use real drummers. The vocals are easily distinguishable, and when they're together, man, they hit all the feels. The screams are in your face and huge. The clean vocals are emotional and hit you in the chest. Everything is perfectly balanced, and I love that the songs actually get quiet when they're supposed to, so that when the loud sections kick in, they really kick you in the gut. Fantastic production, 5 out of 5. Before this week, I had never heard of this band. Honestly, the reading up on their back catalog, everyone praises how good A Fragile Hope and Blessed and Cursed were in their discography. I cannot wait to dive into these. I have a feeling that I've found something really unique here. I hope you guys give them a chance. I know it's a little outside our wheelhouse. They definitely deserve your support. Let me know in the comments what you think. As always, go with the gods, my Metal Forge brethren. Remember that you are a badass and you matter. I'll see you guys next time.